It's happening again. The internet is on fire. Timelines melting, newsrooms scrambling, and fans across the world can't breathe as two of the biggest voices in media, Joe Rogan and Candace Owens, have just detonated what might be the most shocking revelation of the year. The kind of evidence that doesn't just expose secrets, it obliterates them. Because tonight, for the first time, the whispers around Charlie Kirk's mysterious death and his widow's eerie silence aren't rumors anymore. They're receipts, leaked recordings, hidden messages. Whistleblowers from inside Turning Point USA, Joe and Candace aren't just talking, they're uniting. Two powerhouses who never stand together. Now linked by one explosive mission, to uncover what really happened behind closed doors before and after. Charlie's death and what they found changes everything. We're talking secret orders, shadow meetings, and a widow who may have started running her husband's empire before he even died. Screenshots, timelines, missing footage. Every clue adds another layer to a story that feels less like tragedy and more like betrayal. Because if Rogan's sources are real and Candace's leaks are legit, this isn't just a scandal. It's the unraveling of a movement. So buckle up, because what you're about to hear isn't speculation. It's a storm. Joe Rogan, Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk's widow. And the truth that was never supposed to see daylight. It started with a glitch in the narrative, a story that didn't add up, a timeline that never made sense. For months, whispers had haunted every corner of the internet. What really happened to Charlie Kirk? Why was his widow so calm? Why did key footage from the Utah event vanish hours after his death? The questions lingered unanswered until Joe Rogan and Candace Owens stepped into the ring together. And when those two agree on anything, the world listens. Rogan opened his latest episode with a tone no one had ever heard before. Not amused, not curious, but cautious. "There's stuff going on," he said quietly. "Stuff people don't want out." The studio went silent. Within seconds, clips from the episode were flooding TikTok, X, and YouTube. He wasn't naming names, but fans didn't need him to. They could read between the lines. Candace Owens wasted no time. She went live that same night, her expression like stone. "We're done being silent," she said. "There's evidence now. Actual evidence." She leaned forward, voice tightening. Charlie didn't die the way they said he did. And the people protecting that story, they know who they are. That clip detonated across social media like a digital bomb. Suddenly, everyone was back in investigation mode. Reddit threads with thousands of comments began resurfacing old photos of Erica Kirk, piecing together fragments of a mystery that refused to die. Screenshots of private messages, flight records, encrypted email logs, most unverifiable, all irresistible. Then Rogan dropped his first bombshell. "There's a whistleblower," he said, his tone almost apologetic. "Someone from inside Turning Point. They sent Candace a file. It's real." He paused. "And it changes everything." That moment fractured the internet. Within minutes, Rogan and Candace leak was trending globally. Fans begged for proof. Skeptics demanded context. And digital detectives went into overdrive. Candace promised to reveal more on her Friday show. Rogan said he couldn't say more yet, but the leaks didn't wait for permission. Late that night, screenshots began circulating on X, alleged internal Turning Point USA memos. The first one read, "Effective immediately, all security coordination must go through EK Erica Kirk." The date: 2 weeks before Charlie's death. The memo was unsigned but bore the organization's watermark. Whether real or expertly fabricated, it sent shockwaves. Why would Erica be giving orders before Charlie's death if she wasn't officially in charge? By dawn, conspiracy boards had built entire timelines. She was already taking control, one viral post declared. He didn't see it coming. Another user posted an audio clip supposedly from a staff meeting where a woman's voice can be heard saying, "The transition must be seamless." The voice sounded eerily similar to Erica's. Meanwhile, Candace posted a cryptic message. "They told me to stop asking questions. I didn't." Her followers erupted. Within hours, Hashtag what Candace knows was the top trend. And then Rogan spoke again. I've got sources saying Charlie was planning to step away. He said during a live stream, step away from the movement, from the money, all of it. And someone didn't like that. He didn't elaborate, but he didn't have to. Screenshots of donor lists, private DMs, and missing foundation funds began flooding the internet. Anonymous accounts claiming to be former Turning Point interns emerged, posting threads about strange meetings, deleted emails, and unofficial transitions of power. The narrative was mutating in real time. What began as a story of tragedy was turning into something darker, a betrayal wrapped in loyalty. Disguised as leadership, then came the recording. Candace posted a 30-second audio clip on X, captioned, "This is what they don't want you to hear." In it, a man's voice low, tense said, she gave the order, "Stand down. No coordination with local security." The voice was allegedly that of a Turning Point event director. The background hum of an office, the shuffling of papers, it all sounded authentic. She gave the order. That phrase echoed through every headline within an hour. Erica's defenders called it fake. Her critics called it proof. Rogan called it chilling. News outlets scrambled. CNN asked for comment from Turning Point. Silence. Fox News covered it live, with one commentator calling it the biggest political betrayal since Watergate. But then things got stranger. A new whistleblower emerged, an anonymous figure calling themselves the Insider. They emailed multiple journalists with claims that Erica had been shadowing Charlie's position months before his death. Attached was a document allegedly showing her signing off on internal expenditures in his name. It could have been fake. It probably was. But the world didn't care. The Insider claimed Erica had staged a trial takeover of the organization, orchestrating key staff changes to isolate her husband. They wrote, Charlie was surrounded by people he trusted least. He didn't even realize it. Candace read part of the email live on air. Her eyes flicked down at the paper, voice low, trembling. "This is going to make a lot of people very uncomfortable," she said. "And I don't care." The internet was now split into two camps, the believers and the deniers. Believers saw a coup, a widow turned power broker stepping into her husband's shoes before the dust had settled. Deniers saw a smear, campaign, a coordinated attempt to weaponize. Grief against a woman in mourning. Then Joe Rogan did something no one expected. He called Candace. Mid-broadcast. The clip went viral instantly. Candace's phone lit up on air and she answered with a smirk. "Joe, you're live," she said. Rogan's voice crackled through. "You've seen the messages, right? The ones from Utah." Candace hesitated. "Yeah, and I've got the time-stamped versions." That single exchange. Those few seconds sent Twitter spiraling into hysteria. The Utah messages became legend overnight. People demanded to see them. Rogan said they weren't for public release yet. Candace promised they'd drop soon. Then a user on Reddit claimed to have one of the screenshots, a text from an unnamed security guard to a supervisor. "We've been told not to cooperate with UVU police." Orders from EK. Within hours, that same text appeared on dozens of accounts, reposted by influencers, analyzed by experts, and turned into memes. Orders from EK became the slogan of the week. Meanwhile, Turning Point USA tried to put out a statement denying any internal wrongdoing. But their timing couldn't have been worse. Minutes after posting, another leak dropped. A supposed transcript of a Zoom call where Erica was allegedly heard saying, "We don't need outside interference." Her defenders claimed the clip was doctored. Her enemies said it was game over. By now, the internet had stopped caring about proof. The story had transformed into mythology. YouTubers created 10-hour timeline breakdowns. Podcasters ran entire episodes analyzing Erica's facial expressions. TikTok users reenacted the supposed stand-down order as if it were true crime theater. Even late-night hosts weighed in. One joked, "Who needs Netflix when Candace and Rogan are doing a crossover event?" But beneath the spectacle, something real was brewing. Candace hinted at documents she hadn't yet released. Rogan claims someone at the top was trying to silence him. A former TPUSA employee tweeted, then deleted, "I warned them this would come out." The story was no longer about grief or even betrayal. It was about control, who had it, who lost it, and who might have killed to keep it. And just when the storm seemed ready to settle, Candace posted 3 words that broke the internet in half. "It's not over." It's that night. Joe Rogan teased his next episode with a line that made fans' blood run cold. "We've got new evidence. And this time, there's no denying it." The clip ended there. Abrupt, chilling, final. And by morning, everyone was asking the same question. What could possibly be worse than what's already been revealed? Because whatever Rogan and Candace were about to drop next, it wasn't going to be rumor. It was going to be war. By the next morning, everything had changed. The internet wasn't just talking about Charlie Kirk's death anymore. It was dissecting it like a forensic crime scene. Every word, every screenshot, every silence now felt like proof. When Joe Rogan teased new evidence, millions waited breathless for the drop. Millions waited breathless for the drop. At exactly 7 p.m., it happened. Rogan uploaded a 12-minute segment titled "The Clip They Tried to Bury." The thumbnail: a blurred photo of Charlie Kirk, redacted documents behind him, and the words, "This changes everything." Within minutes, the video hit 1 million views. The footage was grainy, security camera stills from what appeared to be the Utah event the night of Charlie's death. The angle was high, the lighting harsh, but you could clearly see Charlie on stage, then off stage, moving toward a cluster of people. Rogan's voice cut through. "Watch this closely." He slowed the video. "See that? That's not his usual security team. Look at their badges. Different uniforms, different formation, and who's giving them directions?" The camera zoomed in on a figure in a black coat, hair tied back, his face partially turned away. "Erica Kirk, that's her," Rogan said quietly, 15 minutes before the lights went out. The internet imploded. Hashtags exploded across platforms. Hashtag "the clip they buried." Hashtag "Erica in black." Hashtag "Rogan proof." People froze frames, circled outlines, enhanced pixels. "It's her. It's really her," one viral tweet read. Another countered, "This could be anyone." But the damage was done. Perception became reality. Then, an even bigger twist, Candace Owens uploaded her own response video within hours. Her tone was sharper, more dangerous. "Joe's just shown you what they didn't want you to see," she said. "Now, I'll show you why." She leaned in. The night before Charlie died, Erica wasn't home. Her audience erupted in the live chat. She continued, "I have location data, screenshots, metadata. Don't ask how I got them. Just know they're real." She flashed a blurred screenshot, a phone tracking app. The coordinates were pinged near a hotel just outside Salt Lake City. Timestamp: 10:42 p.m. the same night Charlie was killed. The internet went berserk. Reddit detectives cross-referenced the address. It matched a hotel frequently used by Turning Point donors for conferences. Within hours, users found photos of Erica attending an event there 2 months earlier. Same lighting. Coincidence? Theories said no. Then came the kicker. Candace said, almost whispering, "There's more." Someone from inside TPUSA has confirmed that Erica made an unscheduled visit that night. She said it was for business continuity. But that's not what the logs say. She paused. Those logs show she was in a closed-door meeting with 2 board members and 1 unidentified man. That one sentence blew the story wide open. Every gossip site, every political commentator, every TikTok armchair investigator ran with it. The widow's secret meeting. Who was the third man? Business or betrayal? Then Rogan doubled down. During his next podcast, he invited a former law enforcement officer who had reviewed parts of the investigation. The guest, face blurred, voice distorted, said, "We were told not to pursue certain leads, specifically internal communications from Turning Point. Emails vanished. Security footage deleted. It wasn't an accident." Rogan leaned forward. "And who gave that order?" The distorted voice replied, "Someone close to the family." The silence that followed was heavier than any proof. The clip trended instantly, sparking fury. Meanwhile, Erica Kirk's PR team finally broke their silence. A statement hit the press. These unfounded accusations are false, defamatory, and cruel. Mrs. Kirk is grieving privately and will not dignify lies with a response. But the internet doesn't accept silence. Within hours, people were dissecting that statement, calling it robotic, calculated, written by lawyers. Even her grief became content. Then a new piece of evidence surfaced, a leaked voicemail, allegedly from Erica to a Turning Point board member. The voice sounded panicked, whispering, "We have to keep it quiet. They can't find out who was there." The audio spread like wildfire. It was grainy, hard to verify, but that didn't matter. People heard what they wanted to hear. Who was she talking about? One user tweeted, "Who's they?" Rogan addressed it days later. "I don't know if it's real," he said, "but it sounds authentic. And if it is, it's devastating." Candace took it further. "That voicemail is the tip of the iceberg," she told her followers. "There's also a recording one that's even worse." The next day, she dropped a clip. It was a secretly recorded Zoom call. Faces blurred, names redacted, but voices unmistakable. One female voice, Cold.com, said, "Control the narrative. We can't afford internal leaks." A male voice responded, "Already taken care of. Legal's on it." Candace's caption was chilling. Guess who was on this call? The internet's answer was unanimous. Erica. By that night, the world was hooked. Fans camped online, waiting for new drops. News networks aired segments titled "The Widow Under Fire." Rogan's podcast broke streaming records. Candace's YouTube channel hit its all-time high. But behind the spectacle, something darker brewed. An anonymous Twitter account named Truth Signal began leaking encrypted messages allegedly between Candace's source and Rogan's producer. The messages were brief. "She's scared. He told her to stay. Quiet, the files go. Public if anything happens to me." Every post was like gasoline on a bonfire. Then came the betrayal. A journalist from Rolling Wave News, the same outlet that had published the fake Rogan emails, weeks earlier released a new report claiming that Candace's whistleblower wasn't who she said he was. The piece alleged that the insider had fabricated half his evidence. Screenshots were inconsistent. Dates didn't align. "This is collapsing," the journalist wrote. "They've been duped." For a few hours, the internet hesitated. Maybe the story was falling apart. Maybe Rogan and Candace had chased a ghost. But then, Candace went live again, furious, defiant. "They're trying to discredit us because we're getting too close," she said. "They can't hide it anymore. Rogan's got his files. I've got mine. And if they think I'll back down, they're dead wrong." The energy shifted instantly. The doubt vanished. The crowd was back on her side. Then Rogan made good on his threat. He uploaded a new clip titled "The Leaked Police Report." It contained a blurry scan of an incident log from the night of Charlie's death. The text was partially visible, security uncooperative. Event staff instructed to stand down. Rogan's voice, steady but charged, said they didn't protect him. They were told not to. The internet went nuclear. Fans flooded Erica's social media with accusations. Her team disabled comments. Screenshots of her profile vanishing from Instagram became their own proof. "She's hiding," they said. But even as chaos consumed everything, Rogan dropped one last cryptic line. "There's something else coming, something even I didn't believe at first." When Candace reposted the clip, she added 3 words that froze every timeline across the internet. "We have proof." That night, rumors spread like wildfire about a mysterious folder, a shared drive, between Rogan's producer and Candace's team labeled Kirk Evidence Alpha, Anonymous. Sources claimed it contained encrypted documents, emails, maybe even a video. Every influencer, every gossip outlet, every fan was now watching one countdown, the alleged release date Friday at midnight. And as the clock ticked closer, the internet whispered the same question over and over again. What's in the folder? Because if Rogan and Candace were telling the truth, the next drop wasn't just going to expose a scandal. It was going to destroy lives. The countdown hit 0 at midnight. Millions were watching. YouTube, Twitch, X, every platform was locked on one thing: the promised evidence drop. Comments flooded in from across the world. It's happening. They're going to expose her. This is history. Then the screen flickered. Candace Owens' live broadcast began. She sat in a dimly lit studio, papers stacked beside her, a single folder stamped confidential. "We've waited long enough," she said slowly. "Tonight, we bring the truth to light." The chat went wild hearts, skull emojis, firestorms of speculation. Then she opened the folder. "These documents," she continued, "were sent from inside Turning Point USA. They're verified by metadata, timestamps, and independent analysis. And what they reveal isn't just shocking, it's horrifying." She lifted the first page, holding it to the camera. "This is an internal memo from September 18th, 5 days before Charlie's death." She read aloud, "Transition procedures must remain discreet until official announcement. Ensure EK has administrative access before closure." The words hit like gunfire. "Before closure," she repeated, her voice breaking. They were planning his exit before he was even gone. The live chat exploded. What? Proof. She knew. Then she dropped the second Bama short video clip. Grainy, but clear enough. Charlie Kirk stood in a backstage hallway arguing with an unseen person. His voice cracked with anger. "You don't get to make these calls without me," he shouted. A woman's voice replied coldly, "You're out of time, Charlie." The clip ended abruptly. The audience froze. Clip ended abruptly. The audience froze. "That voice," Candace whispered. "You heard it. You know who that is?" Twitter melted down in seconds. Hashtag You're a Tough Time and hashtag Erica Kirk voice trended within minutes. Clips of the video looped endlessly, slowed, enhanced, dissected by amateur audio experts claiming 98% vocal match accuracy. But then Joe Rogan went live. He looked tense, serious, almost afraid. "What Candace just showed you," he began, "is only half the story. There's something worse." He leaned closer to the mic. "We got access to the Utah police server." He paused. "And we found the missing footage." The chat went berserk. Rogan played the clip. The footage was dark, silent, time-stamped 15 minutes before Charlie was shot. A shadowed figure in black moved across the backstage area, pulling a phone from their coat. Another person followed. The figure turned half their face, illuminated by a flash of light. It looked like Erica Rogan's voice cut in. Right after this moment, the cameras went offline, permanently. The world went insane. Thousands of users claimed to recognize her. "That's the widow. She was there. This proves everything." Theories spawned within minutes. Assassination, conspiracy, cover-up. The comments scrolled too fast to read. Candace retweeted Rogan's clip with a single line. "The truth doesn't hide in shadows." Then Erica Kirk reappeared. No warning, no PR team, no filters. A single post on her YouTube channel titled "Enough" was barely 2 minutes long, shot in one take, her eyes red and hollow. "I see what you're all saying," she whispered. "I've been silent because silence was safer. But I'm done." She looked straight at the camera. "Charlie was the love of my life. But he wasn't the man you think he was. And if you want to know what really happened, you'd better start looking at who benefited from his death." Then she ended the video. No explanation. No proof. Just that one cryptic accusation. The internet detonated. Who benefited? Became the new obsession. Threads erupted accusing everyone from Turning Point donors to Candace Owens herself. Screenshots circulated claiming to show private texts between Rogan and Candace messages, where Rogan allegedly warned, "They're setting you up." Candace went live again, furious. "Don't twist this," she snapped. "I've never met Erica Kirk. I don't know her. But if she wants to throw blame, she'd better come with evidence." Within hours, someone leaked a supposed private recording of Candace's production team. In it, a producer could be heard saying, "If this goes south, we pin it on her." The audio was probably fake, but in the age of outrage, fake was enough. By morning, Candace Owens was trending under hashtag #PinItOnHer.Rogan. Sensing the implosion, addressed it that afternoon. "There's too much misinformation flying around," he said. "I don't know who's lying anymore." His voice cracked, slightly a rare moment of vulnerability. "All I know is that someone's playing a game bigger than all of us." That line, "someone's playing a game," became gospel. Everyone interpreted it differently. Some said Rogan meant the government. Others said he meant Candace. A few whispered he meant Erica herself. Then came the moment nobody saw coming. An anonymous user uploaded a folder to a torrent site titled truthfile_final. It claimed to contain all of Rogan and Candace's leaks, plus additional unreleased material. Within minutes, hundreds downloaded it. And what they found made the entire internet implode again. Half the files were obvious fake AI-generated documents, spliced audio clips, photoshopped screenshots. But buried deep inside the folder was one chilling video. It showed Charlie Kirk's phone screen, messages between him and an unnamed contact. One line read, "If anything happens to me, check the Foundation account." Another replied, "You're paranoid. Focus on the event." The contact's display name, EK. That two-letter signature was all the internet needed. The clip spread faster than any government statement could catch up. EK confirmed. "Foundation account, he warned us." People began digging into Turning Point's donation records. Amateur sleuths claimed they found inconsistencies, missing payments, redirected transfers, shell companies. Within 24 hours, a trending headline read, "Federal agencies looking into Tupuza financial activity." It wasn't true, but it didn't matter. It sounded real enough to burn everything down by Thursday. Every major outlet was running non-stop coverage. Joe Rogan and Candace Owens, heroes or hysterics. The widow speaks, inside the scandal splitting a movement. The chaos reached critical mass when Spotify reportedly called an emergency meeting to discuss liability exposure. Candace, in rage, fired back on Twitter, "Don't you dare silence us. We didn't start this, we exposed it." That night, Erica Kirk vanished again. Her accounts went dark. Journalists reported her home under watch. Anonymous emails to news outlets claimed she had fled the country. Others said she'd been hospitalized. Nobody could confirm anything. Then Rogan broke the silence one last time. His voice was hoarse, shaken. "We thought we were telling a story," he said quietly, "but maybe we became it." He took a deep breath. If you're watching this, ask yourself something. Why did every piece of evidence appear just when it needed to? Who benefits from the chaos? He leaned forward. Because maybe the real truth isn't about what happened to Charlie Kirk. Maybe it's about who's controlling what you believe about it. The feed cut to black dot within minutes. Viewers flooded the chat. What does he mean? Was this all fake? Is this bigger than we think? And just like that, the entire scandal turned in on itself. No one knew what was true anymore. Candace called Rogan cowardly. Rogan called Candace reckless. Fans accused both of being paid off. The widow's silence became myth. Weeks later, a new podcast appeared on Spotify titled The Kirk Effect. Its description read, "An exploration of truth, lies, and the story that broke the internet." The host's name was hidden. The first episode opened with one familiar voice whispering, "You thought you knew the truth. You never did." Theories say it was Rogan. Others claim it was Erica. But nobody can prove anything because by then, proof didn't matter. The line between journalism, gossip, and fiction had collapsed completely. The story had eaten itself alive, and in the end, there were no heroes, no villains, just an audience too addicted to stop watching. Because in this new age of viral reality, the truth isn't what's real. It's what gets shared first, and as the final embers of the scandal fade into memory, one echo remains: Joe Rogan's voice, low, defeated, almost prophetic. Maybe the real conspiracy was us. And now you've seen it. The lies, the leaks, the voices they tried to silence, all unraveling right before your eyes. But make no mistake, this story isn't finished. Not even close. Because the footage, the documents, the whispers inside Turning Point, they're still moving, still spreading, still being buried, deleted, and replaced faster than anyone can keep up. The truth doesn't stop when the video ends. It just goes deeper underground. And if you think what Joe Rogan and Candace Owens revealed tonight is the end of it, you're wrong. It's the beginning. The next drop could happen at any second, on any platform. And when it does, it's going to change everything we thought we knew about loyalty, power, and what really happened to Charlie Kirk. So don't scroll away. Don't come back later. Hit subscribe right now. Turn on notifications so you're here the moment the next file drops, before it's deleted, before it's spun, before they rewrite the narrative again. And most importantly, drop your theories in the comments. Who do you believe? Who's lying? Who's pulling the strings behind the chaos? Because if this story has taught us anything, it's that silence isn't safety, it's surrender. The truth is moving fast. Stay awake. Stay watching. Stay dangerous. Because the next upload might not just break the internet. It might expose the people running it. It might expose the people running it.